How much higher can we put your hand, huh?
Right. Thank you every day. I didn't know you were still like in tour. I can take you over here, ma'am.
Alright, take care.
Thank you. Have fun.
No, they tell you to put it above your head.
Sweetie, can I tell you how I do it? Watch. And this is it.
Actually, I want to film you doing that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, here we gotta get a map. Oh, they have the Day of the Dead here.
Program. Does look like the machine is ready to go. Like I said, Nate's going to come out of this far left side, but you guys are going to be the ones to tell our safety spotters when to open the gate. So how we're going to do that, as loud as you can at the top of your lungs, we're going to give a countdown from 5 to 1. All right, guys. Are we ready to see a cheater run? All right, well, it does look like Nate is ready, so okay, guys, count down with me. Here we go. In 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Oh, look, there's him. Isn't that amazing? Look at her run.
way to go, Nate! So I don't know if you guys saw how fast she took off, or you saw she paused for a second, but then she took off and accelerated. She showed exactly what a cheetah is known to do. And because we have a newer trainer learning how to run the machine, and like I said, Nate is our fastest. You saw she caught it a little bit quicker. So there's a nuance to getting this machine to work right, because you want it to be in front of them to where they can see it, but you don't want it to be so close to where, or too far away either. So there's very nuances to learning this. Obviously, working side by side with these guys is also not something you do on the first day of the job. You have to build a relationship with these animals, a reinforcement history. Now, while Nate is here, I'm going to point out some of the safety features on cheetahs that make them well adapted for that speed and agility. Now, you'll see her head's pretty small in comparison to her body, right? Well, that's just for aerodynamics. So she has the least amount of resistance as she.
For our newcomers on board, my name is Donthy, and I will be your conductor for this trip. I'm located all the way in the back of the train. I do have a few safety reminders to go over with you guys before we get started. So first and foremost, there is no eating, drinking, or smoking allowed on the train. That includes e-cigarettes and vape pens. If you're traveling with a small child whose feet do not firmly touch the floor while sitting on the train, we ask that you place them towards the center of the row with an adult place on the other side. If you have any loose articles, please secure this as best as possible. However, if something ends up falling off the side of the train, I am going to ask you guys stay seated and do not jump off the side of the train to retrieve your item. Rather, just taking a mental note as to where it was left at the next station notify myself or a station master at the will be happy to retrieve your item for you. And last but not least, when the train is in motion, everyone must stay seated at all times. So once again, when the train is moving, I do ask for everyone to remain together the entirety of this trip, keeping all arms, legs, and body parts inside the train.
Oh, sorry, so you must never go. I mean, what? So, you know.
The bell means that the engineers are ready to go. So your just gonna wait for all of our guests to come on board and get safely seated. Wait for the okay from our station masters, and then we will be on our
I mean, I guess they'll have
Okay, so that was the signal from the station masters, and now we're ready to go. So at this time, I am going to ask for no more changing of seats, exiting the train, and especially no more standing up from this point forward. And as we start to depart from the Nairobi train station, if I could have everyone look over to the right-hand side of the train, put a big hand in the air, and wave goodbye to our hard-working station announcers, Emily and Paul. Everybody say goodbye, guys. Over on the left-hand side of our train, we have a green and gold roller coaster, which is called Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt is a magnetic launch coaster with 3 launch points that will take you from 0 to 60 in mere seconds, or as how we like to call it, 0 to Cheetah. This ride is also one of Florida's longest coasters with a track of 4,429 feet long. Coming up over on the left-hand side of our train, we're approaching one of the 3 entrances into the edge of Africa, which is located directly on our left-hand side of the train, past all of those bushes and shrubs. The edge of Africa is a self-guided tour of over 16-acre attraction that will come to more than 13 species of African animals. Here you can see one of our 2 prides of African lions, catch a glimpse of our spotted hyenas, see some of our African fish alongside some hippos through a 225,000-gallon observation tank, and much more. Coming up over on the right-hand side of our train, we have a large white building, which is called the Serengeti Overlook Restaurant. At the Serengeti Overlook, you can dine indoors or out. And its menu consists of pizza, club sandwiches, chicken tenders, and for our guests over the age of 21, there is even a full-service bar. right-hand side of our train, we have a blue and yellow coaster, which is called Latu. Latu is one of the tallest and fastest steel inverted coasters in the southeast. Inverted meaning that you're beneath the tracks with your feet dangling, rather than above the tracks like most other coasters. This ride will take you to the heights of 150 feet, travels at 65 miles per hour, and unlike River Skirt, is not a family-friendly coaster, as it will take you upside down at 75. So passing by Monty, we are now entering our Serengeti belt. So I do want to remind you guys once again to stay seated at all times, as the animals that we have out here are wild and free roaming. So that means that they can go wherever they please. Often that means on our final coaster track, you should come to a sudden stop or change speeds at any moment's notice. So for your safety, for the safety of others around you, I'm going to ask that everyone remain seated at all times. Looking over to the left-hand side of our train, in between and behind us hills are some of our reticulated giraffes. These giraffes grow up to about 18 feet and weigh up to 1 ton. These animals are able to do almost everything standing up. That can include eating, drinking, sleeping, and for female giraffes giving birth. So the fast for his home, but then still has a 6-foot jump to the ground. Also on the left-hand side, we have some of our grabby zebras. They are the largest zebra species, and their stripes up at their shoulder line with a completely white belly. The large chain animals are known as the eland antelope. They can scale up to 1 ton, and despite their size, they can jump up to 10 feet from a new standing position. And on top of that hill, we have some smaller chain animals, which are known as the impalas. Impalas are known to be amazing jumpers, being able to take bounds of 40 feet up to 10 feet high. These animals have a top running speed of about 55 miles per hour, and when threatened by a predator, they will jump over one another to escape. Going back to the giraffes, no two markings are the same, just like our fingerprints. However, like it says, well, they have the same amount of vertebrae in their necks as we do, and that number is 7. On the left-hand side, we're going to go left to right. So we're going to start with our grand zebras. These grand zebras are the smallest of zebra species, and their stripes are all around their belly and their legs, and this is unique to only them, which makes them the most photographed of all zebra species. So more likely than not, if you ever see a picture of a zebra, it is often going to be the grand zebra. So to the right of those zebras, we have some brownish animals sitting down underneath the shade of the tree. These animals are known as Diphasa waterbug. Diphasa waterbug have a unique anatomical feature of a perfectly heart-shaped nose, and despite water being a part of their name, these animals are not actually aquatic creatures. However, they do tend to retreat into the water when threatened by a predator. And over in the middle of the field, there's 2 shaggy grayish-white animals with horns sitting down underneath the shade of the tree. These are known as wildebeest. Wildebeest, also referred to as white-bearded deer, travel in herds that are almost always on the move, and they can travel with herds as large as 1 million individuals. And they can carry dust clouds so large that can be seen all the way up from space. And now over to the right-hand side of our train, we have some reddish-brown animals with horns. These are known as the sable antelope. Sable antelope congregate in herds of 15 to 20 individuals, the more dominant female acting as its leader. There is only 1 male in each herd, and the juvenile males are exiled at the age of 3. Both male and females have horns, where the males tend to be black and the females are brown. So going back to the zebras, we have some closer up to our train over on the left-hand side. A newborn foal of a zebra is able to run with the herd within an hour after it's born. And within that same hour, they were able to identify their mother by sight and smell. Looking over to the right-hand side of our train, we have some tan animals with white vertical stripes on their sides. These are known as the greater kudu. Greater kudu are considered to be the most handsome of all antelope, and they have very large ears, making them sensitive to noise and difficult to approach out in the wild. When threatened by a predator, these animals are known to stand extremely still for extended periods of time to hide from any threat. As those greater kudu, we have 2 of our female redneck ostriches up alongside that fence. These are the largest of all birds and are the only birds with 2 toes on each feet. These birds are able to grow up to 9 feet, weigh about 330 pounds, and they have a top running speed of about 42 miles per hour.
taking them?
Congo.
You want to get off here and walk around?
Oh no, we could ride it over to Stanleyville if you want.
Get off here. You can drink.
I don't think it stops till Stanleyville.
Stops here.
They're using Congo. They're running Congo today. They are running Congo today.
Stop here. Stop here.
No, they aren't using the Congo station today.
How do you know?
Set it on the side. What about it?
You like it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they work for Howard.
Yeah. There's Tumba. No.
You like that?
Over to the right-hand side of our train, we have a green and orange coaster called Cuba. Cuba is Swahili dialect means roar, and I do think that's what things speaks for itself. That's for the most part you will be able to complete the and that is because Cuba, unlike any of the other roller coasters, is made out of solid steel. So when in motion, it creates a loud roaring. This ride will take you to the heights of 150 feet, travels at speeds of 65 miles per hour, and will take you through 7 inversions. Over to the right-hand side of our train, in between those bushes, we have our Congo River Rapids. The Congo River Rapids, you can stay with 11 of your closest friends or perfect strangers on a free-floating circular raft that will take you on a quarter-long mile ride to the replica of the Congo River. And up past this ride, over on the right-hand side of our train, we have some reddish-brown animals with like bird stripes down their side. These are known as the bongo antelope. Bongo antelope were once thought to have been extinct, however, rediscovered in the 1950s in a remote area of Kenya. And over on the left-hand side, we have the Jungala area of our park, home to some of our endangered Bengal tigers and orangutans.
Tigress.
I think she's home at the ranch.
Yeah. No, that's a roller coaster. Tigress.
Were you on that?
No, that's the new
That's the
one.
new one?
Yeah, it's not what it used to be.
Side of our train, we have the back side of the Zambia Smokehouse. The Zambia Smokehouse is designed indoors or out, and its menu consists of barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, beef brisket, and more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are now approaching the Stanleyville train station. Stanleyville is the closest stop towards roller coasters such as Shikra and Tigress, along with the Stanleyville Lawn Plumes, Sesame Street Safari Fun, the Congo River Rapids, the Busch Gardens, Walkabout Way, Hongo, and Jogala. So as we start to approach closer towards the station, I do want to remind you all to stay seated till the train comes to a full and complete stop at the station. I'll let you all know what it takes to exit the train over on the platform side.
This Stanley bell?
Yeah, do you want to get off here? Sure.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I go on the walk flow?
And guys, hang tight for just a couple more seconds. We're almost there.
Have to have some rides for next week.
Alright, it is not safe to exit around the platform side of the train only. Exits are going to be towards the front and rear. I hope you guys enjoyed your trip on the Serengeti Express and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Busch Gardens. And for those of you staying on board, our next stop will be at the train station.
Little hands, I hope. See?
Dog too. We can kick the soccer ball around. We're laugh and giggle till we both fall down.
I see a smile on your face.
La la la. Let's sing a song together why we're so happy today.
Here is a special painting. I made it just for you. It makes me feel so much love and joy. Who was here last month?
Looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Opening 2020. See the sign?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, look to your right over
Oh,
here.
yeah. I'll have a trailer.
recycling amount. You have it at home. Yeah, people are starting to come in for it, right?
Yeah.
Because then I guess they can stay, right? With the certain thing.